it's Seda here, gourmet next door. Tonight for dinner, we are going to Thailand. I have a wonderful dish for you to make for dinner. It's a great family-friendly recipe. So it's gonna be a tofu coconut curry. So let me walk you through my ingredients. The first thing we're gonna need is extra firm tofu. I have some broccoli florets, and I'm gonna use eggplant as well as my vegetables. And then I have this awesome red curry paste, highly recommend. Then we got can of coconut milk. And then I have for garnish, I'm gonna use some green onions. I have ginger and garlic. And then I'm gonna balance everything with a bit of lime. And then as far as the sauces go, I'm gonna use some soy sauce, some fish sauce, and a little sesame oil to bring that Asian flavor home. That's it. Now, I know it's not typical, but I'm gonna top everything off with fried pancetta to give it a nice crispy texture. So with that, let's get currying. Oh my eyes. You make me wanna cry. Dance, monkey dance. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, I have my tofu here. I'm going to cube it, and then I'm going to put it on the paper towel to drain as much liquid as possible. So usually, you know, I like to air fry tofu, but in this recipe, because it's gonna go into the curry sauce, I'm just gonna pan fry it. Now, of course, you can use chicken, you can use beef, anything you like, but I really appreciate tofu these days, so I'm gonna go with that. So I'm cubing my tofu like this size. So guys, I have a plate here, I have the cubed tofu, and then I'm gonna cover it with the paper towel and put something heavy on it, like my coconut milk. So this way, it's going to squeeze all the moisture out of the tofu. So now let's move on to our vegetables. So for the curry, make sure you're using a non-stick pan. So I got a big Teflon pan here. I will put it on medium-high heat. And I'm going to use some canola oil because it has a high smoke point. So I have a tablespoon of canola oil heating up. So between the broccoli and the eggplant's definitely gonna take longer, so I wanna get that in the pan first. So this eggplant is quite big for me, so I'm just gonna use about this much. So I'm gonna make a couple of round circles. And then we try to cut it similar size as the tofu. Guys, nothing like putting some nice music on and cooking. Honestly, it's gonna put you in a better mood. I guarantee it, 100%. The eggplant is done. It's gonna go into the oil now. So let's give this a nice little swirly swirl. Honestly, the only Thai thing I had was these flowers, the hair accessories, so that's what I went with tonight. And I know it's so beautiful and colorful and pretty. Now in my other small pan, I'm going to put the pancetta because I want all the fat to render out, because it's gonna be a nice little crunchy topping for me, and it's gonna take time. So this is also the time to put the pancetta on. It's going to take Bruno only about 5 seconds to arrive, and as I said, there he enters the kitchen. He can definitely smell the pancetta. It's just interesting it doesn't show up when I'm making tofu. Interesting. Guys, to render out the pancetta, obviously it has enough fat, so I didn't add anything to the pan. Now I'm not going to salt and pepper the eggplant or the broccoli because the curry paste is enough salt. And then I'm adding some fish sauce and soy sauce, so I don't want to go overboard with the sauce. So be careful with that. So as the eggplant is browning up, I'm going to give my ginger and my garlic a little chop. I'm not using a lot but I love to add some fresh ingredients into the ready curry paste because it's gonna amp that Asian flavor. Now we want this nice and finely chopped. Let's go ahead and chop the garlic. I love using pancetta as a topping to many things. I think to salads, to pasta, it really wakes up the dish by giving that salt and crunch, and it smells amazingly good. No wonder Bruno's here. So I love this red curry paste because it has everything that you would need to make your own curry. And honestly, like, who has the time for that, right? So this is a great shortcut if you want a nice, authentic kind of flavor, Thai flavored food. Go ahead and use this paste, it's awesome. Let's do a little workout, huh? Guys, you gotta integrate your workout schedule, right? Let's work those triceps, people. That's right. Hey, this is not bad. People use canned food to do all sorts of things, and yeah, you can definitely work out using canned food. Enough silliness, let's move on to the recipe. Guys, the eggplant is getting a very nice char, and I want to show you that briefly. The eggplant is cooked, so I'm going to go ahead and move it to a little bowl here. Now, I am going to add my broccoli florets. The pan is super hot, so this is gonna cook very quickly. Guys, the pancetta is done and it's smoking in my kitchen. So I'm going to transfer it to a plate with a paper towel so it can actually get crisp up. I'm gonna go ahead and add a bit of sesame oil. Guys, the broccoli is cooked, so I'm going to transfer it back to its bowl. So now is the time to cook the tofu. So we put our pan back on the heat. I'm gonna add a bit more canola oil. Another tablespoon. Now back to the tofu. You see how much water has drained out all of the tofu? Now carefully, I'm gonna drop these guys into the pan. So I'm gonna let the tofu cook a bit. So I personally prefer extra firm tofu, but if you like softer texture, go ahead and buy the soft kind. You know, tofu's really grown on me, honestly. I know that my plant-based friends out there would be really proud of me, but I really love, I love using tofu actually in recipes. So this is gonna be a giant bowl of food, and honestly, it's low in calories, it's low in carbs, and high on flavor. That's the kind of food I like to eat. At this moment, I'm gonna go ahead and drop my ginger and garlic because I want them to cook down. Oh, when that hits the pan, it's like a whoop! It's like a nice little perfume, you know? I'm trying the components just to make sure everything tastes okay. And I'm hungry. Okay, so the tofu is part cooked. So I'm going to transfer it to a plate. And then I'm gonna start building my coconut curry base. I'm gonna turn down the heat to a medium. It's funny, the music now starts to go into, you know, Middle East a bit. And I like these tunes, and I can shake it. I'm showing you guys my belly dance moves, huh? Okay guys, so now I'm going to finally add the curry paste. So I'm adding half a tablespoon. This stuff is like a flavor bomb, okay? So little goes a long way. Now the coconut milk will go in. So I used about half a can, and now I am going to make sure that that paste dissolves into the coconut milk. Maybe you can see better if I do this. Yeah. Awesome. And as soon as that paste dissolves, the color already changes. It needs a little fish sauce. Little, not too much. Little bit. You know, one place I really miss going in Dubai is Buddha Bar. I love Buddha Bar. And this music sounds a bit like Buddha Bar, so it made me miss it all of a sudden. I just hope that soon enough we can all hang out again in our favorite places. Okay, so now into the sauce, I'm gonna drop my tofu. So guys, get into the bath. And the eggplant. And the broccoli. I mean, look at how gorgeous this pan looks. Now I'm going to give everything a little coating of the coconut curry so they can soak up those flavors. So now we want the sauce to reduce, and that will be it. Guys, I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of lime just to balance everything. Little lime squeeze. As my curry is reducing quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and give my green onions a chop so I can garnish. Again, we have a ton of immunity boosting ingredients: ginger, garlic, green onion, spices. I think we all knew that we need to protect our bodies and defend against viruses and things, but I think after COVID-19 we're all gonna be even more careful about it because healthcare costs. But it's also, you know, when you're healthy, your life is good. When you're not healthy, you can't really achieve any other goal in life. So that is my wisdom for today. Guys, I'm sorry, but this is summer on a plate. So now is the time to plate the coconut curry. I'm gonna use this nice big white bowl so my curry really shows. So let's try to do this as neatly as possible. It's hilarious. The music we started with and ending are totally opposite, but that's okay. With these kind of playlists, I have no idea what's coming. But now I'm going to do the finishing touches. So first, green onions, and then of course the pancetta. Looks so nice and crispy. And then taking one as a snack. Guys, that's it. So this is my tofu coconut curry. Okay, it's time to taste the food. So I'm going in and trying to grab everything on one bite. Pancetta, broccoli, eggplant, tofu, and a green onion. That's the perfect bite. It's piping hot, so I better be careful. Guys, this tofu coconut curry is gonna hurt you. It tastes so good. Lots of flavor, lots of great stuff in here. Go ahead and give this recipe a try. Let me know how it works. Stay home, stay safe, and stay tuned for the next inspiration. Ciao!